Yo, 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 you already know it's your boy Fresh Pitch back in the building, back at it with another weekend analysis, trying to get active in these markets, trying to see what we can take advantage of some market structure, potentially get in, get some good setups, and get some good trades. Now, as you know, I like to do a few pairs. I usually only trade GG and AU. But I also mark up some confluence and pairs that kind of help me with my direction sometimes when I get lost in the market. And I've recently been watching EURJPY and UCAD. I have had family in town this weekend, so I haven't had enough time. I haven't had a lot of time, to mark up everything successfully as I would like. I did get through my normal ones normally, but EURJPY and UCAD, we just won't have to do it in the swing of things because the market up in 30 minutes. And I would like to get this video out so whoever want to watch it can watch it. And I can also play it back and listen to it and see why I need to correct myself and then possibly have some changes for future references. Shout out to the Low Bunny in the background over there. Shout out to Big Gray Baby in the background back there. It's okay, buddy. We talk about that later. Right now, I'm trying to get to these charts and get it active. I'm starting off with the DXY. And the crowd goes wild for the DXY. For the most part, looking at the weekly chart, weekly is currently bullish. No retracement yet on the current impulse. Price action, when you look at DXY on the weekly chart, is just smashing into the highs. I see a next resistance at 100.679. So we're looking way up here somewhere, 106.79, especially if we get through this bullish continuation zone at 99.415. 100.679 could be our next stopping point, and then above that is 100.962. So if people keep dumping their money into the DXY, potentially price action is going to keep eating up. But what I see here is higher time frame, higher low that pushes into the highs, and then price action retraced last week, and we failed to break that high looking left. So what could be coming up is market open, manipulation of the highs, involve some buyers into the market. Oh, yeah, we're going to continue, and then just wham, bam, kablooty, the thing come back down, and retest structures took a looking left. If we don't get up out of this zone up here at 99.415, I could see price action coming back for a deeper retracement because, like I said, on the weekly chart, price action is just pushing to the high side, and there has not been any retracement for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks now. 5 weeks straight bullish candles. Usually, after a while, if you trade, price action will pull back on your ass. It ain't just gonna continue to keep going bullish. Eventually, that bullish momentum gonna run out, and if you ain't paying attention to it or watching out for it, then that's when you get your ass clapped. Don't get clapped like a $2 scrapper. Be paying attention. Keep your eyes open and be ready for it. One of the ways you can identify it and can see it is as you look up at this zone right over here. We got bullish momentum into that zone. Candles are producing big bully up into this level. Now, what you kind of can see, this is the 4-hour chart. You had this 4-hour chart, this big candle. If you're thinking in live time, price action was strong bullish into that point. So we're gonna market replay that thing back on like this right here. So, like I was saying, price action is pushing, breaking through resistances, this white box in the background, and respecting supports. Come down, respect some of those support right over here, and then kept active up to the top side. Come down, found some little resistance right here, and kept active up into the top side. So when you see price action pushing, big bullish candle. Okay, the next bullish candle you got is very small in comparison to the size of the previous bullish candle. That's not necessarily an indication that price is about to turn around, but as you keep watching, you see this next candle, price push up higher, trying to pass or break this high, but it went through it, but it ended up, for the most part, closing bearishly. So what that kind of means to me is this bullish momentum right here is kind of starting to slow down. This is the way I would view it in live time. Seeing these candles produce like this, that potentially the bullish momentum could be slowing down. So what I would need to see now, if this is live time current price action, I would need to see a big bullish candle close above this zone, simply because this candle was big bullish at one point in time, and it was pushing up through the highs. And all of a sudden, it found a resistance, and it came down. Not only left this big-ass wick into that zone, but it actually closed bearish, indicating that bullish momentum could be done for. And then you see the next bullish candle failure to break the previous candle's high. And then after that, You got price action trying to get there, 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 and then eventually that shit just started dropping. So these are little things you can start looking out for. This is the 4-hour chart. You go down to the 1-hour chart. You can break it down into some more candles, potentially find a little head and shoulders pattern where I kind of can see setting up right there, and then eventually it just dropped on down, coming back down to resistance. Now, if you play that thing on out, as you can see, what I'm saying is the bullish momentum is exhausting. Not necessarily looking for a trend reversal, but these are little things, little insights you can start paying attention to. That's going to tell you that the market could be getting ready for a pullback. So when I'm looking over here in current time, you know, where price action currently is, we're looking to see if price produce the same way it does back in over here. If it manipulates and come above this zone, then come right back, that's just a fake out, you know. Faking people out there, we're going to continue bullishly, and we're not. Another thing you can pay attention to is, like I said, we're completely big bullish retracement. Now, this price action here has started to come back up and try to retest those highs. But one of the things you do definitely want to wait for to the indication is going to tell you if price is going to continue bullish, we have to close, excuse me, we have to close strong bullishly above this zone right over here at 99,415, and we have to maintain above that zone. So what I would like to see, let's see, I'm kind of trying to draw it out. I want to see a candle close above this zone. Come on. Some background noise. I want to see a candle close big above that zone. Then I want to see another candle behind it, closing that same way, breaking the highs and staying above this zone. Yeah, potentially you could get a wick down into the zone, meaning that we retested this zone and then we started going back higher. But this is the type of candle formation that I would like to see on a 4-hour or the 1 hour to potentially say, okay, yeah, we are going to remain bullish. There's a lot of bullish momentum remaining in this trend, and it's going to keep going. But for the most part, that's the first thing I would want to see is price action breaking that bullish continuation zone. If not, then what we could have is a slight retracement, not a trend change, not a structure shift, but a slight retracement to collect more orders, to, you know, stop people out that got in back in over here. Or it could even come all the way back down to the lower high that pushed us into, or the higher low that pushed us into the high. So you definitely just want to keep your eyes out. Reading from the analysis that we've written down so far already, weekly bullish, no retracement yet on the current weekly impulse. Next resistance at 106.79 and 101.962. So if we get up out of there, that's what we're looking for. Price action to react from next. Last week, weekly candle closed strong bullish. Daily price action making higher highs and higher lows, as you can see back over here. Currently pushing towards swing high, which would be this area right over here. 4H currently creating a higher high, waiting for the next higher low to get active back to the top side. So basically all my notes, basically everything I'll be paying attention to is letting me know that, hey, price action has made an intraday new high, but, you know, as it comes to the higher time frames, the daily and the weekly, we are pushing towards the swing high. We need to see price action push above. It could get there, stall out, give us a new higher low, expecting some support back in over here, and then push back up into the highs. UJ just cranked out of nowhere. Yeah. We had a breaker structure 3 weeks ago back in over here. We started to consolidate. We finally broke out of that consolidation, came back to retest, pushed up again, came back to retest, and then it just scooted and doodle back on up to the top side. There are some zones back over to the left. I did not identify them just because of how far back they are. Weekly price action is bullish. Price action broke out bullish. Next resistance, 117.938. In between 118.750 and 117.938. So when you go back and click on your chart, you find that area and then link line it up to where price action currently is, and you can kind of see how far we are until we reach into that next resistance. What I'm expecting, price action is so bullish right now, it could just open up and then just continue to go and then try to pull back. But what I would need to see in order to try to potentially catch longs on this is there is a lower time frame support right here. What I would like to see is price come back, you know, react from that zone, try to break through, and then come down for a deeper retracement. But if not, price action could definitely come down, hit the support, and then definitely just keep going back higher. I mean, at this point, we don't know for sure. All we do is react to what the market is doing. The best thing on this is definitely try to wait or try to catch a 50% retracement of this big impulsive move right here, which would be the white box area, which is kind of what I got outlined right here. This is what I would like to see in order for me to take some confident buys to push back into the highs on USDJPY. The daily currently in a push phase, creating a new high. 4H creating higher highs and higher lows. Need some form of a higher low to get back to the upside. There are some lower time frame structures to get active from, but dynamic risk should be used there because it's on a lower time frame. What that basically means is if I normally trade a one lot, I would probably bust it down to about a 0.25 or a 0.50 getting there from right here because price action overall is still very high in price. It could come all the way down and give you a cheaper price to get in that and then push back into the high. So definitely be careful with that on the UJ. GJ. Oh man, I'm gonna file child support, abandonment of Jehovah's Witness, threatening the witness, all that on GJ because I thought I had some gas on GJ, but it let me down yet again. I got cooked. Previously we were in a downtrend. I considered this area potentially be my lower high to push us back into the lows. I had a sell limit right below this zone, and as you can see, price action cooked the shit out of my all week on GJ. DJ was not being nice to your Brett last week. I had some buys over here. Got stopped out, and it wasn't pretty. Based off the weekly is a delicate situation because price action pushed back into the previous demand zone with a lot of bearish momentum. From all this bearish momentum is pushing down off the weekly. This purple box down here at the bottom is the demand zone. Price action pushed into that demand zone and then reacted bullishly, but it didn't really break any structures. This is a 4-hour chart, so you got this little 1 hour / 30 minutes / 15 minute support or resistance structure right here. But in the big scheme of things, on the bigger higher time frames, this level don't exist. So this is just like one candle on the daily. On the 4-hour chart, you do see a break and a retest and then a higher high produce on the 4-hour chart. But I ain't got a whole bunch of confidence in this uptrend right here on the 4H just because it looks more like corrective price action. Me push pullback as of where this is the impulse. So this is what my momentum is to the downside is where we're just correcting that momentum phase back in over here. So price action was bullish or bearish on the weekly, pushed into the demand zone and then reacted bullishly. It did not shift the structure. So for the most part, I still will believe into the shorts until we close above 155.239. Then I'll still yeah. It's time to get active on some longs. That don't mean I'm gonna wait until price get way up there to take a long, because if we close above and retest 153.46, your boy getting active to the upside on some longs. But like I said, for some confident longs and to know I'm going correct with the trend and the market is really going back higher, 155.239 is the area you should be paying attention to. Daily is bearish. Price action creating lower lows and lower highs. Into previous demand zone, purple box down at the bottom. Current bearish structure and bearish trend. Bearish structure meaning lower high, low, lower high, lower low, equal high, lower low. This is what I thought was my lower high. It's gonna give us new low low, but it ain't, it is what it is. But for the most part, lower high, lower lows. There is your structure. Your trend is to the downside because price is just reducing in price overall for the most part. So and then the 4-hour is bullish, making higher highs, higher lows, disrespecting resistances. As the easiest way to kind of identify your trend is just say, okay, what is price action doing? Are we breaking through resistances or are we respecting resistance? Back over here, price pushed up. There's a resistance above this level. We respected that resistance. We tried to break above this resistance back in over here, but as you can see, you got this candle push into it and then it just melted. Okay, we pushed up. We created a resistance right here. We came back down. We tried to break back through that resistance, but we couldn't, and we melted some more. We came all the way back up and tried to push through this resistance yet again. And what happened from it? It melted. So at this point right here, this is what I call price action respecting resistances and breaking through support. So there's support here, broke through, support here, broke through, support here, broke through. So at this point right here, back off the chart. At this point right here, we were breaking through resistances now and then respecting support. Support created right over here. Price came down, respected it, and pushed higher, broke through that resistance. So the reaction from the previous demand zone has caused an uptrend on the 4H, but the current price action hasn't broken any major structure. So we're pushing higher, higher, low, pushing higher, but we haven't broken any of the lower. We haven't broken this lower high or this lower high that pushed us into the lows. So that's what all that kind of means for you. But Price action could be still pushing to create the lower high on the higher time frames. But if we break higher time frame structure, this could be a structure shift back to the upside. Kind of basically what I was saying based off the daily chart. Like I said last week, I was looking for a lower high to get active. I thought this was my lower high simply because this big ass bearish candle. If you look at it on the 1H, that big bearish candle broke structure on the 1 hour time frame. So when I saw it do that, I was like, okay, that could be what I'm looking for. What I'm gonna do is set up at the bottom of this candle right here. And then I'm gonna see if we can get active. And I had me a buy limit or a sell limit right there. Price pushed up deep into that candle. Oh shit! I had stops right above that level. This candle next to it that printed bearish, it didn't stop me out. It started to come back down, so I let it run. What time was it? That's 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even get to see all that. But for the most part, I had my entry there. I let it run. I woke up. I was stopped out. So it is what it is. I think what I'm gonna do is start putting them damn limits in, because on GJ they just getting cooked. They getting whopped. Back in over here at the beginning of the week, I had a buy stop above this level. Price action came up and entered me in, and somehow, some way, I fucking forgot to put a stop loss. So when I woke up, price action was way down here. I just closed. Fuck it. You forget to put a stop loss, that's your own damn fault. You've been doing this for a while. You know what happens if you don't put a stop loss. You get cooked. Your account get cooked. You get cooked. Or everything you were trying to do just got cooked. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna lose the pot, save my knot. Meaning I'm gonna lose that current trade I was in. I'm gonna save my account, because if it was one of these type setups right here, price action could have just kept dipping. And then when this was happening live, ain't no guarantees. What was that? Was it this move or was it this move? I think it might have actually been this move. Let's see. Had a buy stop right above. Price, yeah, okay, that's what it was. It was this move that wicked me in. I had a buy stop above here because there was that big ass wick. The buy stop was right above here, like 152, 154, 160, some shit. It wicked me in and melted. And when it was way down here, this is where I woke up to. And I just closed everything because I wasn't sure these candles wasn't here yet. I wasn't sure that this candle was coming back, how big and bearish and momentumous it was. And it was at the London. So there you go. I closed it and went right back to sleep. I was looking, why the hell did I not? Because usually, I was playing this off the Asian range. I said, if we got up out of there, break it to the high side during the Asian, then potentially we can continue during the London and retest the lower high to create a new lower low. I wasn't looking for a lot. I may have had like a 30, 40 pip TP. But yeah, I was looking forward to break out to the upside and continuation through the London. And then I pretty much figured it was going to drop again. But yeah, I got wicked in right here. Price came down. I closed. By the time I woke up for the NY, who was back at my damn engine, I was like, man, I could have just held on and just saved all that bread. But it is what it is. You didn't put a stop loss. Your own fault. You get cooked. You take responsibility for that. But for this week, what I'm looking for on GJ, if break and close above 53.46, break and retest that thing. I am aware of this level right here, but because we're currently bullish, I want to trade this intraday time frame trend. These is mostly scalps, nothing to hold on to. I wouldn't expect major reactions for sales until we got way back up at the 155 level. So that is a pretty big range to get active to the top side, to make some money and to get out. From 153.46 all the way back to 155 top side. It's 153 pips. All I want is 40 of them. All I'm looking for is 40 of them to get active. They can give me 40, right? Right? Oh, man, y'all ain't in on that. Yes? All right, appreciate you. That's what I'm talking about. Back to the notes. Let's see who was that. Person still yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm just looking for price action to correct this move over here. On a 4 hour, you got one slowdown candle in the middle. So potentially that could be the move. We could correct this whole move, come all the way back up top and then melt again. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for on the GJ. GU cooking back to the downside. If you trade GU, then you already know big ass bearish move last week. So what I'll be looking for, since price impulse back into the lows, creating a new lower low, looking for a new lower high. If we stall out below 31.086, I will take some impulse shorts back into the lows, try to capture some of this price section down here, retesting the lows, if we push above and close above strongly of 131, 250, it'll be kind of iffy. I ain't too confident on them buys, but you could see some buys to retest back into the highs, kind of same thing setup we see on GJ. But yeah, this whole ass trend is bearish. So for weekly bears, daily bears, 4H bears. So it wouldn't be too wise to try to take them buys. But if it sets up, you might as well. You was expecting it, you prepping for it. So if it's there, it's there. Go get it and go get right with it. Right over and over to AU. AU had a mean ass trade off AU. I saw we were bullish. I was calling we was bullish, and I was looking for some buys. I did take some shorts, but I definitely was looking for some buys. I took some shorts because they set up like they was going to be short. We had the high, low, lower high. We started breaking lows over here. Took those shorts as we started there. I also took this short down here too. Yeah, as we come back down and retest those extreme lows, I got some profits right over there. What I was looking for here was this time frame was during the NY session. I don't trade NY, but I did see it push back into that level. What I was looking for price was to come back and retest the area we kind of just broke out from, and it did exactly like that. And then I caught the buys back into the highs. Let me see, where did I get cooked from on AU? I did get cooked like towards Thursday or Friday. I was looking for price to come back and do the same type setup. Yeah, we broke, came back, pushed higher, higher, high. I was looking for the higher low, which I thought was setting up right up above here, right up in here. Go down to the hourly time frame, you kind of see a little bit better. I had a buy limit from right down up in here somewhere, pushing in some problems, and then, you know, the rest was history. Stops was right up under that level, and there it is. Or maybe not. That looked a little bit too low because that's on into Friday, and I wouldn't have been trading that late. No, we was coming from this zone right here. Yeah. So I caught this trade all the way back up into this level, like 70-something pips. So I came in Thursday night, trying to catch a buy limit from right here. Got activated, pushed up, failed to break the highs, and then I got smoked because the stops was like right under this level. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. No, stops was under this level. Entry was something like this. Let me see like that. Longer thing. I had injury based off of here. I was targeting somewhere up here. No, I was targeting way back up here. And then I had the stops right up under that candle. Yeah, that looked about right. And we got cooked for the full. Something like that. Yep. It is what it is. I did have 1, 2, 3 winning trades before I took that one loss on AU, so I was not complaining much at all. What's up, baby? Okay, I'm almost finished. Over EURJPY, what I see on UJ based off the weekly time frame is depending on how far you go back with your price action. I had to jump out to the monthly to get this blue line right here in the background, but you got the high, low, higher, or equal high, higher, low, higher, high, higher. This could be potential price action coming down to liquidate this previous higher low and then going back to the upside. But 9 times out of 10, when you see levels get liquidated, price is probably going to keep going in that direction. So if this level holds up as a support and you get more candles breaking highs and creating or breaking through resistances and respecting supports, then you potentially got some gas back into the upside. But for the if depending on if you track it this way, you potentially got a high with a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then you got the new lower low with the retracement. I would take it either 50% or the area most recently broken, which is right here and right there. So you pretty much got both of those scenarios playing out. You got this daily little downtrend here, the last lower high here that gave you the new lower low price has wicked through it, but it hasn't broken through it. So potentially, if price action, can't close above this level, potentially you could have shorts definitely back into the lows and then even possibly break through those lows. So yeah, I would definitely be waiting to see if price action can break through 127,419 and definitely come back to retest these extreme lows right now here. Overall, higher time frame, I would start to conclude that this market is starting to shift a little bit bearishly. We got a high here, lower high here, lower high here. This potentially could be our new lower high to push down the market even further. So I know you got this big ass bullish impulse right now on EURJPY, the same as GJ because of UJ. So if UJ continues to flush to the high side, then you might want to be careful on trying to short this market right here. UCAD. I did not get a chance to mark up UCAD, but from what I saw, based off of 4 hour, off of previous analysis, I had this area right here identified as consolidation. Consolidation. What I saw was price action broke out of the consolidation. What I was saying like 2 or 3 weeks ago was price, if we were going to continue this bullish trend, you know, coming from way back over here, higher low, push higher, we were going to come down and liquidate the lows and then push higher. But what we actually got was a liquidation of the highs and then try to push lower. What I actually see is price try to, it came back here and found some type of support looking left. And when we had the charts last week, price action looked like this. So what I said was, if, you know, we're going to continue bearishly, then price is going to respect this support level here and then start breaking lows back into this way. But I did see price push up and break this structure here. So I said, that's kind of interesting, because if, you know, we get the breaker structure plus a shifter structure, means you got a high, low, higher high with a new higher low, then your structure is starting to shift and potentially could have buys back into these highs right over here. And as you hit that play button, you see price found support right back in over on this area. And then the targets would have been those highs. And as you can see, take profit would have been hit. Coming from here now, close off that. What we're looking for now is, I see price has respected the recent higher low that pushed us into the high. So what I want to see now is to verify that this little downtrend is over right here, intraday time frame, or intraday downtrend on the 4H is over, is for price action to, you know, break, retest, break again. So then you have the breaker structure, the shifter structure, and then potentially catch the next higher low to retest the highs or continue and go higher. So that's pretty much what I got for this weekend analysis. We was trying to get active on Bitcoin this weekend. The market opens up in about 5 minutes, so I'm about to cut this one for the most part. But yeah, we got a next major support down on Bitcoin around 37,158. So potentially, you know, get your guns ready. I did have some scalp buys in between these levels down here, where price action ended up just not manipulating, but consolidating. And I was really looking for the buys because XRP had this big ass rocket to the upside. So I do have a buy limit sitting on XRP around the 75. What time frame is it? 4H. Let me go back to the 1H. I think we're a little bit, no, it's like 74 or something. It's a little bit higher, lower than 75, but a good area too. Yeah, 74,923 looks pretty good. So potentially waiting on this price action to correct this big ass impulse here and then get back active to the highs. That's only if crypto is going to go higher. So basically how I set it up is how we were downtrending here. We got the last lower high that pushes into the lows. Price action pushed up, came back, shifted the structure. The only thing I see with this is we failed to continue to create high, low, higher high, higher low, and then failed to get a new high. So then price started consolidating a little bit, then it broke out again. So what I'm looking for is price to come back, retest, get a new high, higher low, and then continue on up into the highs. But that's all I got for this one. Peace, love, and the bottle have grease. Holla at your boy. I'm out. Control.